Welcome back to Intoxicated Opinions. This is voting season. So for the next 3 months, we're probably going to be on here a lot talking about politics, what's happening in our world.
It's Chiefs season, baby. Chiefs.
It ain't started yet, fool.
What the fuck that mean?
It ain't.
Training camp has started.
Training camp?
Yeah.
Anyway, what we talking about today, man? What we talking about today?
Our new
what?
candidate-elect. Kamala,
there you go.
Harris.
Mm-hmm. It kind of came out of nowhere, actually. I thought Joe Biden was going to stay in because he said, I've been doubted before. Look what I've done before. I'm not dropping out of this race. From what I heard, Obama called him, said, hey, man.
Why?
Said, hey, man, we need you to step back. It's for the best of the country. The polls aren't looking good. You're going to lose versus Trump. Step back. And maybe he also said, we want Kamala to jump in. So, Biden's out. Kamala's in. And here's the weird part. Now, I've spent 4 years watching, listening to Joe. I spent 4 years living in the policies he's implemented. Now we have a new person. And I guess I could say that also about Trump from 2016 to 2020. I spent 4 years listening and watching, living in the policies that he implemented. Now it's a new person. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm tired of doing all this research. Because you can't believe what they say in speeches. You can't believe what they say in the debates. You actually have to do your own research. You have to go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics to figure out unemployment rate really. And then you have to do some critical thinking to link what that unemployment rate could be if this policy was or was not in place. Then you can start to get a clearer picture, but no one's going to do that.
You just lost 90% of our of America.
Oh, they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They want a quick answer.
Now you know that.
They don't want to do the research. They want to vote for their future, but they don't want to put in the time and effort to really figure out what policies work best and suit them as a household. They just want to be, Facebook said this person is stupid.
Like I said, you want to feel like your side won. At the end of the day, if you're a Democrat, you want to feel like Democrats won. If you're a Republican, you want to feel like Republicans won.
What are you?
I'm for whichever is in my best interest of my family.
What's it looking like now?
Best interest of my family?
Yeah. You don't know. Here's why you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to do all the research over again.
Well, I do know. I can say which side I'm leaning towards.
Kamala.
No.
What?
Why would I be leaning towards that side?
Why not?
Tell me why I would. If you can tell me why I would, then okay, you got me.
We're trying to make history. The first woman president.
What does that have to do with me and my family?
We're trying to. You should be able to support black people.
What does that have to? How?
By voting for her.
What does that do for me?
It shows support. It shows like a unity. That's what Tupac been rapping about since the 90s.
Everybody that's skin folk ain't kin folk, and just because you look like me don't mean you represent me. We're going to leave it like that. That's why, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X bumped heads.
Okay.
You had, what was old dude's name off of the Django? Vincent?
I didn't watch the movie.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, some people just ain't for what's in my best interest.
Kanye?
No. Why would I vote for Kanye?
No, I'm just saying, does he represent your best interest?
No.
Okay. So you are, right now,
I'm a middle-class American black man. Neither one of these really represent me. But if I looked at the policies and what they're trying to implement,
right.
One don't even have a policy yet, and the other one does. A lot of people will be like, Project 2025, that has nothing to do with the actual Trump's project, which is Agenda 47. When I look at that, there's things in it that I dislike wholeheartedly. but there's also things in there that I agree with.
Well, here's the thing. One, you will be hard pressed to find a candidate that you say, I support every direction they're going on each issue. That'll probably never happen.
What's hard for me, right, as a Black American, that
African American.
never forgot his roots.
Just kidding. You don't like to be called African American.
I'm not African.
If you watch any of our other videos, it'd be funny. If you haven't,
You call me a Black Native American, but I'm not African American. I'm not from Africa. I don't know anybody from Africa.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I just don't. There's things in there that I don't support
And where?
in Agenda 47,
Okay.
but there's things that I do. So as a Black American, I can look at Agenda 47 and say that this isn't for my people.
Right.
But I can also look at it and be like, this is for my family. So I have to compartmentalize. Am I in this for my people or am I in this for my family?
Okay. So what I try to do, since we live through, we are currently living in the current Democratic policy world. Okay. Is my life better now or worse now than when we lived through it from 2016 to 2020? Because it feels like it was just yesterday. So I try to think, is my life better or worse? Well, from fucking my Facebook feed, a lot of people's lives are worse. Apparently, they keep complaining about inflation. That's probably the number one topic I see.
Across the plateau.
Yeah.
No matter where you at.
Prices are high.
Prices are high. Housing market is high.
Gas.
Bills, gas, everything is high. People
So-
are not getting paid enough.
I don't remember seeing that in 2016, 17, 18, 19,
But
20.
people that want to say that you're wrong will say that was due to Trump being in power, and these are the 4 years that we had to endure.
The problem with that is I don't know if I can. It's hard to say.
I agree. I go just by what you did in those 4 years while you was in office. So I'm just saying what people would say.
It's just hard. Like if I get fired from a job. Oh, okay. How about this? I get hired. I'm a CEO, and things go poorly, and I'll say, "Yeah, I'm just trying to clean up the mess from the last CEO." That's not going to fly in the real world
At all.
I'm going to get fired within that first 3 to 6 months.
That's any job.
So
Coaching.
that's why it's hard for me to. I do understand that, the Supreme Court, the Senate, the House of Representatives clash with the president if they're from different parties, which brings a lot of policy change to a standstill. But for fuck's sake, bro.
I think that was my problem with Obama and people blaming Obama. I'm like, I'm conflicted. I don't hold a weight to say he was great and he was not great. Like I said, I think he was an elegant speaker. I think some of the things that he wanted to implement weren't implemented. And then also I think that some of the things that were implemented, other people would say that was horrible and other people say was good. I didn't mind healthcare for all. Me personally.
Right.
Yeah, my healthcare goes up a little bit. But I think I'm in a lot of people are in a tax range where it really doesn't affect them.
Right.
I'm thinking about just the average American who doesn't have health care, the older individual who doesn't have health care.
That needs it.
Yeah. So in that instance, it really didn't affect me much.
There's no one answer cures all. There's so many moving parts and so many inputting factors that create one or the other output. But at this point in time, it is, I was about to cuss, but I don't want to take a shot. It's July 24, 2024, and I got to do more research on Kamala's policies. I know the Democratic versus Republican policies very well. I spent a lot of hours on research.
It's Project 2025 when it comes to like the Republican agenda, what they want.
Yeah.
But I don't really care. I don't care for that at all.
And I don't even know.
That's just like our proposed ideas, what we want to see go into play. Excuse me, play if Trump gets elected office.
Stretch goals.
Yeah,
That's what we call
but
it.
it's not really. It doesn't really like some of it aligns with the things Trump wants, but some of it don't. And it's just things that the Republican Party want, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's things that Trump
So I need to see the Democrat version of that.
Yeah.
Agenda Democrat 2025, whatever it's called. Leave a comment. Let me know what that version is. If they don't have an agenda, well, that's concerning because I need a plan for the next 4 years from your party to figure out the direction we're headed in.
But then I hear the problem as a Black American, right?
Okay.
I'm not going to vote nobody else just based off of color. I did that with Obama. Did it twice.
Got him. I mean, he wasn't bad, though.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. He wasn't good neither, you know. People can sit here and say what they want to, but if you for border control, he kept it under control. So do you dislike him or you give praise to Trump when he wants to control the border, but it just...
Double standards.
Yeah, double standards.
It's like whoever you like, then they're
basically,
great.
Basically.
Okay. Hold on now. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, sir.
I can't just vote on her just because she's Black.
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest with you.
Hold on. Honestly.
Honest.
Okay.
When she came into office,
Uh-huh.
all I know is there was a bill passed for Asian hate crime, which speaks to half of her descent. But there was no bill passed for Black people, Black hate crimes. So I'm at a standstill, like, you can't say you for your people, but you only hit one side of the people.
I learn something new every day. I didn't know that.
I don't rock that way. And then, like, people are pushing this thing about me personally, right? Me personally, because I can only speak on me.
Right.
When it comes to police officers, my personal opinion is that the institution, which is a police department, is not in the best interest of the community.
Wow.
I think to protect and serve is different than harass and I don't think when you take that mantle, you need to go in there scared for your life. If people scare you that much, then that shouldn't be the job for you. If I, as a person who work in the mental health field, have to show more restraint, be more trained than you, and you have a firearm and a taser,
Right.
I still would look at you different.
You don't even want to know the qualifications for a security guard to have a firearm, taser, handcuffs, OC, baton.
And being in this field for 15 years, I know what it's like to be attacked by people. I know what it's like to be threatened, to have certain instances where your life could be taken. I know those situations.
Right.
And to say that I handle them better without a weapon than a person that's trained, that's supposed to be trained with a weapon, I don't see no.
Maybe police officer is your calling.
Nah. I'll be Denzel.
Trump, half of Trump's push towards presidency is law and order. So
Right. But, so that's where I'd be conflicted. I don't like the policing.
okay.
I don't like to where this gang is literally given all these rights.
I don't like our border control policies currently.
What border control policy?
Exactly.
I'm just being honest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what I do like currently is
What do you like?
shit, why'd I say that? Hold on, let me think.
Oh, you gotta take a shot. Shit.
That's not a cuss word. Now fuck is a cuss word.
Come on, go ahead, take a shot.
What is this?
There you go.
What is this?
It's cake. Light work, baby. Let's go. It's Intoxicated Opinions. There you go. Easy, wasn't it? Smooth.
Tua.
Spit on that thing.
Actually, I don't know. But I guess I couldn't really say what I liked when the Republicans were in office either. So yeah. I noticed stuff I don't like before I noticed stuff I like. So
I didn't like the mandate, the mask mandate. I didn't like the shot mandate. Those are things that I didn't like.
That was during Trump's presidency, right?
No.
That was after?
After. So those things I didn't like. I hate it.
You vaccinated?
No.
Why?
For what?
So I don't want to get sick if you get COVID, okay?
You said what?
Vaccinate yourself, sir.
No, keep yourself healthy. Natural immunity is the best immunity, baby. Let's stay under warning levels.
I'm interested to see Kamala's vice president choice. I learned that J.D. Vance is
I don't like the vice president for Trump.
Marine veteran. So, right off the bat, he's going to get a big majority of military and veteran votes.
And this is what conflicts me. So, should I vote for her just because she's black? Because it's going to be a lot of people to vote for him just because he's a Marine. Even though I hate his policies.
Does he have policies already?
The things that he wants to do is more restrictive of American rights.
Here's my thing. 10 years ago, I would have had to vote Democrat. Here's why. In my mind, I was convinced, whether it's true or false now, I would just have to look back. Democrats was the best choice for me at my income level, which was pretty low. 10 years ago, I was probably making what? 12, 13, 14 an hour.
10 years ago?
God, bro, when I got the Army in 2009, I went and worked at Red X grocery store. I was only making $8 an hour. Fuck. You got me a job. I was making 12. I was like, oh, shoot, I'm balling now. It's $12 an hour. So in that time frame, I knew Republicans were too rich for my taste, okay? Now, we done moved up a couple tax brackets, so now I really have to look at, okay, financially, which is in the best.
Everything changes, though. This is why I say it's easy to fall into the Republican-Democrat trap.
Right.
Because when you're young, you're not making money, especially as a young man. You really not. You don't know yourself. You don't know your purpose. You're searching for yourself. No 401k, no family, more than likely. You're not married nowadays. So you're looking at it through a lens of, I want my freedom.
Right.
I want my independence. The government can't tell me what to do. And that sort of leans to the Democrat side. Freedom of everything.
Hold on now. What I just found out, Republicans actually prefer less government oversight.
Can we say that?
Democrats want more government oversight. Here's an example. I'm not just going to say something, I'll give an example.
Okay.
Democrats want gun control laws to be passed from Washington, D.C. as federal laws that all states follow. Republicans say, no, that's not really our call. Each state can make their own decision. Another example, Republicans want government to get out of private business ventures. That's very much affecting me directly. Democrats, they don't have that... they don't have the motivation to say government stay out of our business. They want government. Think about that. Look it up. It used to be opposite. I know, man. It used to be in the early 2000s. Bush.
Bill Clinton.
I think that was late 90s. 92 to 2000. I think it was opposite. I think over time... If you were a Democrat 20 years ago or a Republican 20 years ago...
If you think about it like Bill Clinton, Democrat, right? Mm-hmm. You get Trump vibes in the sense of how they come across, do what you do.
Sexualizing women.
Yeah.
In the Oval Office. Don't think I forgot.
Jazz. Trying trying to cultivate to a culture where you feel like it's more so African Americans. Mm-hmm. I think they're one and the same. But
Bill Clinton and Trump?
Yeah. But they're two different parties.
And people
love Bill Clinton. Oh, he was just getting some head in office. But let the Republicans at that time say, oh, he's not a family man. He went against his morals. But Trump,
cheated on his wife.
Yeah, but Trump can sit up here, grab him by the pussy. Oh, that's just locker room talk. But we as people, we know that already.
Right.
But you criticize this other man when he did it, when he was,
double standards. They can.
I just think, when you lean towards your side, you just lean towards it heavy.
Let me tell you what I like about Democrats, though. One thing I could think of is I firmly believe every person in America should have the freedom to make the choices they want if it doesn't affect other people. Love, fuck, marry who they want.
That's another shot, though. But go ahead.
2. Hey, I'm done that. No, that wasn't used in the cuss word context. That was used as a synonym for having sex, mating.
Have sex, then.
Democrats push for people to do what they want as long as they're happy. Republicans have some religious boundaries that say men and men can't be married. Women and women can't be married. A man born a woman can't marry a woman born a woman.
We just talked about that, though. There's certain things that I feel like shouldn't cross over. I think that marriage shouldn't be is a religious ceremony, and I believe that ceremony should be kept within that religious viewpoint. I believe that anything that you get extra just because you married, I guess when you look at it, we found it underneath the principle of God.
What?
God and liberty, pursuit of happiness.
There is no religion in the Constitution.
What's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? Well, we was founded under God.
What? No. That was added sometime later, man.
I don't think so, but
okay. Hear out this thought. It's possible America in the near future could split in half.
Why do people keep bringing up a civil war?
No. I'm not talking about fighting. I'm talking about it diplomatically saying, if you're left, go to the west. If you're right, go to the east or north or south. However you split it up. Texas, Oklahoma, deep red.
Segregation.
California, Oregon, deep blue. Yes, segregation by your beliefs as a politically. And that way it's easy. You move to the areas you want to live in. If you don't want gay marriage, move to Texas or move to Missouri, because Missouri's deep red too. If you want gay marriage, go to California or Oregon or New York.
I ain't with that.
Yeah, United States of... You got Eastern United States, West United... Or Red and Blue United States. Bloods and Crips.
Nah, I ain't with
They can't... We're not collabing good right now. Half the country wants this, half the country wants that.
Half the country is dumb.
Ireland used to be one.
Let's be honest. Half the country is dumb.
Which half? Left or right?
Both. We just gonna put them together. Half the countries are dumb. Like, if you own YouTube enough, or you own any major platform enough, you see the contradictions in both parties. Mm-hmm. You'll see people stand up there and spew shit out their mouth and have absolutely no idea what they're saying. Shit that hurt them, they'll vote for. And then the same thing on the other side.
Just if you like the person or not.
And it just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's like a popularity contest. Like you're voting for the king and queen of prom.
And you still getting hazed. You still getting treated bad. You the little nerd. You're still getting beat up.
Hear me out. I know for a fact I'm in more control of my life than any politician could ever be. I own my success or failures, I don't care if it's Bill Clinton, George Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, Kamala, whoever's in office. I control my destiny. I choose whether I can be successful or not. So honestly, if it comes down to the honest bottom line, I'm not sure I care.
It's that privilege.
No, it's not.
It is.
Bro, we came from the same place.
What that mean?
You were up in life for a long time over me.
Up? What does that mean?
Yeah.
No.
You had that light skin privilege.
What?
Yeah.
No.
There's a white privilege, light skin, and then dark skin, right?
No.
Yeah.
We can run through this. We can run through this how you want. If you take your opportunities from my opportunities, you had way more opportunities.
I made them.
How?
Name one.
You had your mom who was successful.
You had your grandma.
You just skipped over my mom. You had your grandma and grandpa also.
They were gone by the time I was young.
No, they wasn't.
16, my grandma died.
Okay, you still had your grandpa, and he was still helping you out, still providing for you, and you still had your mama. You had more chances when it came to the things that you was doing to be given another chance.
One of us was locked up for many years. One of us was not. How about that? That's black privilege right there.
No, the things that you was doing was way worse than the things that I was doing. What are we talking about?
So apparently it didn't matter how many people I had in my corner.
You should have been locked up longer.
It apparently don't matter how many people I had in my corner. They didn't give me the guidance that you got.
No, they did.
No.
I was around you. I know the guidance that you got. You just ignored it. You refused to listen to it.
And how about we talk? Let's start at adulthood. How about that?
Okay, let's start at adulthood.
I was already in the Army. When I came out as an Army veteran,
Okay.
Who was president? Barack Obama. The best job I can get, $8 an hour, mopping floors and gathering cars from the parking lot.
And you still had your military benefits.
It was about a year before I got those. Okay, the recruiting station was open for everyone. You could have went too.
This is crazy.
You could have went too.
I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Okay.
We came from the same upbringings, right? Well, not technically, but for the most part, we was around each other a lot. You had a lot less trauma and a lot more opportunities. You chose to do this, that, and the third with your opportunities. My opportunities, I chose to do this, that, and the third. But at the same time, my cognitive ability was different than those that were in my same situation.
Okay.
So, like, growing up in my environment, I knew what it was like if you carried a backpack to school.
Right.
You got teased, you got picked on. I didn't have to worry about that because I was smart enough to get the information without needing to carry my books back and forth to school. I don't even recall me having to study until later in my high school years. I've never had to study in my whole life.
So you're blessed with brains.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of people's not blessed with that coming out of my environment. Mm-hmm. To go back, I used to think a lot of times that if I made it, anybody can make it. That's how I thought, especially going into the field that I went into when it comes to mental health.
Right.
I used to think that, like, oh, they just don't want to apply themselves. But after working with so many kids, that's not true. A lot of kids don't have the mental capacity to move through life the way that I did and understand the certain things that what I went through, a lot of kids would be traumatized by.
Okay.
A lot of the things that my upbringing has taught me, a lot of kids couldn't handle that. And I would never tell another kid to pull themselves up by the bootstraps, especially if they're kids. How am I going to tell an 8, 9-year-old to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and they're only 8, 9 years old? They should be protected. They should be guided in the proper direction. And a lot of times those kids aren't. I'm gonna just keep it 100. My grandmother, she had an 8th grade level education. She didn't move past the 8th grade. This is the woman that I was raised by. My mama never graduated from high school. Didn't know my father.
I don't know if my mom graduated.
All my uncles was in and out of jail.
You were destined to fail.
A lot of us are.
Against all odds, you came through.
But I'm the minority. I'm the gifted. A lot of people ain't in that situation.
Okay, hear me out.
Be blessed like that.
Maybe you're so smart because you hung out with me so much during the childhood years.
Nah, that would have made me dumber.
Mental capacity. Okay, we off topic. Hear me out. Right now is the time I got to do a lot of research because we have a new contender, and I guess I'm just confused because I watch MSNBC, CNN, Fox, all avenues of information. CNN will say, Kamala, or what's her name? Kamala, right? Kamala. You messed me up. No, it's not Kamala. Kamala raised the most amount of money of any presidential candidate in 24 hours.
That's false information. Fake news.
Then you go to Fox, and they're like, Kamala's already had a lower disapproval rating than Biden, and she's already this far behind Trump in the polls, so you never know who the fuck to believe. So I have to do unbiased research myself. This is things that they teach you late high school, early college, critical thinking.
No, they don't.
What? They don't do that no more?
No, that's never been a class.
Maybe in masters?
It's never been a class.
I took a critical thinking class.
What school did you go to?
But UMKC. I'm talking about for my master's.
That's college, bro.
Okay, well, shit. I'm sorry. I just thought anyone would be smart enough to say, oh, this person says left, this person says right. Let me look at both and figure out actually which direction the
that's not how anything works. We know that we can be programmed to do stuff. We know it. Whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's commercials, whether it's the news, people are programmed to move in a certain direction if you're the majority of people. When you're sitting up here saying we need to do our research, people are listening to this and not going to do their research. They're just going to go by what they fucking feel.
And I would not be opposed to me sitting down, you sitting down. Here's the research about Republicans. Here's the research about Democrats. We're going to tell you the facts. We're going to do a compare and contrast. But there's so much misinformation, you can't know who to trust.
Yeah, I don't watch the news. I just go by what they vote for, what their policy is, what their plan is.
You can go to the website right now.
Yeah.
It used to be JoeBiden.com, but I guess it's KamalaHarris.com now.
There's no plan. There's
nothing, no agenda yet?
No agenda.
I need an agenda. I need a plan. I need an itinerary. What the hell is going to happen in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? What's the long-term goal?
I'm the total opposite. I look at what you done did over these past 4 years, even being the vice president. I didn't even know she fucking existed until he got sick and almost died.
I heard she's done a lot of stuff overseas.
I'm not overseas.
She's helping the world out.
I'm not the world. I'm American citizen. Again, like I said, so over these past 3 years, 3.5 years, you did more for the Asian community than you have the black community. Skin folk don't make you kinfolk.
Go ahead and say your Asian slang.
Who?
You.
I don't have no Asian slang.
He was like ping a ting tong.
Oh my goodness. Nah, I don't do that. If I did, I would say I did. I wouldn't care.
You don't do that?
No, I don't. I don't know why you doing all that. It's a mirror right there. There's a camera right there. You want to know who do it.
I never said nothing racist, discriminatory.
Prejudice, yeah.
Equality,
yeah,
DEI, diversity, equality, inclusion. I got y'all.
I actually let my daughter into that.
What?
Diversity, inclusion, equality.
What you think about it?
That's why we have our talks at home.
Is it a class? What do you mean you let her into it? You told her about it?
It's a program that they have at our school.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we have our talks. As long as she knows boys from girls and can differentiate the two and understand that men are meant to be with women and women are meant to be with men. Women.
You wouldn't be mad if she was lesbian though, right?
Disappointed. And then I would have to also be like, what led her down this road?
You are Republican. Here's why. Republicans, just for people who don't know what conservative versus progressive or liberal means. Conservative, we want to save the current values that our country's had for over the last few hundred years. Man and woman, woman and man.
Stop saying that.
No,
that's not conservative.
that is conservative. We want to conserve.
We want to conserve the
country's values,
the family structure.
That's one value.
That doesn't mean that we disagree with people who want to do that. It just means that we're not in approval. I'm not in approval just because of the Bible. It has nothing to do with conservative or Democrat.
I'm just letting them know what conservative means. Progressive means we want change, period. We don't care about traditions. Yes.
No. Progressive means that people can do whatever the fuck they want to.
No, that's extreme. You're going extreme. I'm just telling them a generalized.
How? When men can go to women's prison, I can do what I want to do.
That's an extreme.
Don't
thing.
stop saying it's extreme when it's happening. When men can go to women's restrooms, women's sports, that's not extreme. That's just what's happening. When we are redefining what words mean, that is not extreme. That is just what's happening.
I can't agree with all that.
It's just what's happening.
I was just trying to let them know conservative means we want to preserve our current values. Family structure is one of them. Other things are like religion, the right to bear arms, border control. Hey, if you don't belong here, we don't want you here.
I'm not in that bear arms situation.
I know. Look at your little weak ass clothes. Progressive means, hey, we're going to challenge every rule that's been in place the last few hundred years because that's what got us here to equality as far as black and white and Asian and the pay gap between women and men. Now it's closed. That's because we challenged tradition.
That doesn't exist.
I know. It's closed now because progressives challenged that.
That never existed.
Come on. We know it did.
No, it didn't.
Bro, women couldn't even vote till like the 60s.
Do you know why women couldn't vote?
Why?
Because they wasn't subscribed to military. They didn't have to go into the draft neither.
Do they now?
No, they still don't.
What?
But they can vote. So that means that depending on who they vote in, can decide whether we go to war as our young men grow up. I don't find that acceptable. I don't think that's okay. And as we know, most Americans, man or woman, don't really know what to vote for or who to vote for.
They just got a friend that persuades them.
Right. So if people have to go to war, have to be drafted, that was the reason why. It wasn't like, and we got to stop with all this rhetoric of men suppress. I don't know what white men did to white women, but when it comes to black men, we wasn't suppressing our women.
You weren't even around in the 60s. How you know?
We wasn't suppressing our women. We got the same whippings they got. Sometimes killed.
I shouldn't laugh, but
same rapings and all that. Sorry,
what?
Using the R word. Same.
That's a cuss word.
Same abuse. I'll take one.
There you go.
You want to feel left out?
There you go.
Again, so I just don't.
It's July 24th. The political scene is crazy. It's going to be a crazy few 1, 2, 3 months. I'm ready for this debate. At first, Trump said, I'm not debating her. She's an illegitimate candidate. Now Trump says, I'll debate her once, maybe even twice. So I need to see what's happening. I watch TikTok videos of Trump saying stupid shit. I watch, not TikTok, like shorts on YouTube. The same thing with Kamala. She says some silly shit. They both say silly shit. I'm sure they both lie. I'm sure they both exaggerate. So that's not really what you want to base your vote on. You really need to do the research yourself, but it's just entertainment for me at this point. To watch a debate, it's going to be entertainment.
I already know what I'm going to vote for. Right now, me personally, I'm worried about, our governor, Senate, House of Representatives, things like that. So I'm looking more so into that. Honestly, the president is not going to change here in Missouri. We know we're a red state.
Let's get rid of this mayor we got.
He ain't did shit for me.
Okay, so you agree. He ain't doing nothing. If you're not doing nothing for me, it's time to get out.
He play both sides of the fence if you ask me.
That's a good politician right there. That's a good politician. Hey, you got to cater to both sides.
Like, he straddled that motherfucker. Straddled it.
Let us know your thoughts. We appreciate you watching. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. Check out our reaction channel in the description below. Listen to us on Spotify, also in the description below. You can say goodbye. Goodbye, friends.
Hey, goodbye.
We out.
Peace.